And she empowers me. And I bring to you right now none other than my friend, the author, the speaker, the motivator, Adrian. How are you? Are you having a good time? Oh my God, are these ladies wonderful? Oh my goodness, don't die with your dream in you. And you can get your money right and go from 0 to 6 figures. I'm claiming that one. And yes, you can come back and you can war in this field. You know, sometimes we have to fight for what we want. The Bible says the kingdom of heaven suffer violence and the violent take it by force. So what I say to you is if you don't have what God told you were supposed to have, maybe you need to fight a little bit. And if you don't know how to fight, swing by her table. She'll teach you. Dr. Pam called me the queen of empowerment. You know what? I like that. I think I'm going to keep that. All right. But one of the assignments that God gave me today was I wanted to empower somebody. This lady was here before I got here. So I wanted to give that to you and say that into your life, and I pray that it blesses you. My assignment today is balance. I'm going to talk about balance. Because we take everything that we've learned today, and if we don't learn how to balance it in our lives, then it's not going to be fruitful. So let me tell you a story. Now, that's my husband back there with the camera, and he's the one that's holding up the sign that says 5 minutes left. And he's going to be honest, because he's a man of God. I'm not going to get 13 minutes. I'm only going to get 12. But he was in the military. He was off gallivanting in Korea or somewhere, you know, where you can spend $5 and get somebody to come in and clean up your room a month and get a mani and a pedi, a good one, for $5. And I was in Virginia with his 2 children who were teenagers at the time, okay? And I was working in corporate, had a very good job. I was in management, and I was busy all the time. I had 2 teenage boys. One played drums. One was, he played basketball, he got injured, we did the physical therapy thing, he was an actor. You know, I was the mom that made cookies and brownies and all that kind of stuff, and all the kids hung out at my house. And one day I had a day off, and my neighbor, I don't know her, she came and she knocked on my door, and she said, lady, you don't know me, but I have been praying for you, and the Lord told me to tell you, you need to rest. And I was like, well, praise the Lord. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate your obedience. God bless you. And then I closed the door. I said, I don't know who she thinks she is. I don't have to hear from God. You know, I'm a minister. I'm a leader in my church. I'm a department head. I teach 64, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders every Sunday. Been doing it for 10 years. I pray, read my Bible, tithe, fast, and everything else. And God knows how to get a word to me. Who is she coming to my house? I thought about that lady when I was in the emergency room. I thought about her. He was in Turkey, living it up, getting manis and petties for $5 and getting somebody to clean his room, and I had his children. So my parents were with me. And when I came to myself, I was having an allergic reaction. And I was having an allergic reaction to the medicine that they gave me because they said when I was at work, I got up, I walked across the room, I grabbed my head, I said, oh, my head, and I hit the floor. They called the ambulance, they called my mama and daddy, and they whisked me off to the emergency room. And I thought about that lady. And I said, you know what? I am trying to do everything. I am trying to have it all. And having it all is killing me. Now, God has a plan for us. If you don't believe God has a plan for your life, you can talk to anybody over here. We'll tell you. But the thing is sometimes we get so busy doing things. And so when I came out of the hospital, and, you know, my husband called to check on me, and I was like, yeah, dude, you need to kind of come home, because, but he couldn't do that. God took me to the Word, and so I want to give you a scripture, 1 Peter 5, 6, and 8. And it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the almighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all of your cares upon him, for he cares for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Now, because I'm a leader in my church and I'm a preacher and all that kind of stuff, I have lots of translations of the Bible. And I consider myself just a little bit studious. So I wanted to read it in a different translation. The Lord led me to the Amplified Bible. And the first 3 words was be well balanced. What happens is when we let our lives get out of control, we can't do what God has called us to do. So what I want to tell you in a very couple of minutes is, first of all, how do we lose our balance? You remember seesaw when you were a kid?
Yes.
You have one person on one side and a person about the same equal weight on the other side, and you go up and down and up and down, and sometimes this side is up and sometimes that side is up. And if you're an overachiever, like I'm pretty sure Commissioner was, she would kind of get in the middle, and if you could balance that thing, you could balance it all by yourself. Exactly. I used to do that too. But what happens is, as we get older, as women, we're so giving. We start to get our worth and value in what we do and from other people. And so one of the reasons that we get out of balance is because our expectations, either of ourselves or what other people expect of us, clashes with what our values are. Okay? We like to get the attaboys. We love it. We love the praise men. Oh yes, that's Sister Sally. She can make the best sweet potato pie. We like that. Come on, we like that. We like applause. So I found myself in a position where I was one of the best supervisors in my call center. I could get everybody to work overtime on my team when nobody else could because they liked me. And I was the mom that everybody wanted to hang out at their house because the kids liked me. Because I would make them M&M cookies, and I would make them chocolate chip cookies, and they could come in and out of my house, and my house was a safe place. And they liked me. And the kids in my class at church, they liked me because they knew if they could stand in front of me and list all of the books of the Bible without stumbling, I would make them cookies. They liked me. I worked in the youth ministry. I was in the choir. I did this. I did that. We did all kinds of things. And I was doing everything except for what God called me to do. And sometimes we can get so busy that we find ourselves doing a good thing but not a God thing. And we have to be careful of that. So why do we get out of balance? We get out of balance because, quite frankly, we like the praises of men more than the rewards that come from God. Because if you pat me onto that, if you come pat me right now, everybody in this room saw it. But a lot of times the rewards that come from God, people don't see those. They don't see those. People don't always see when God comes through from you, you get that financial blessing. Me and my husband got a financial blessing we couldn't even tell our kids about. Didn't want nobody calling me saying, Mama, can I? We didn't tell nobody. Nobody. I told my mama. That was it. We didn't tell nobody. We were sitting in church. Pastor said, somebody got a financial blessing. Anybody want to come up here and give testimony? I was like, ain't got nothing to say. So, we lose our balance because we take our eyes off of our purpose.
Come on.
Before God formed you in your mother's belly, He had a purpose. He had a plan for you. He knows the thoughts that He thinks of you. Thoughts of peace and prosperity, and to give you hope and bring you to an expected end. But if you don't know what that is, then you may find yourself here when you're supposed to be way over here, and now you're wondering why it's not working for you. It's not working for you. So, I want to tell you in a couple of minutes how you can rebalance your life. Okay? First of all, who are you really? Not who people told you you were. Who are you really? When you were a little girl, who were you when you were standing in the mirror pretending to be somebody? I was Gladys Knight. I had my microphone and everything, and I was singing Midnight Train to Georgia. Who are you really? What's your purpose? What's your passion? What is that thing you would do if money was no object and you knew you couldn't fail? Those are keys to who you are really. And then, what's important to you? What are your values? Mine is God, my family, my business. Because I was brought up God first, then family, then work, then church. And can I tell you, your relationship with God is different than what you do with your church. Amen. Okay? So anytime that I'm doing something that makes me take my focus off of things in my life in that order, I'm out of balance. And then you need to decide discover what nourishes you, what feeds you. You can't keep putting out if you're not getting anything back in. What feeds me is writing. I wrote a book. I'm in the middle of writing another book. What feeds me is reading. When I don't read, I feel like I'm just kind of drawing out. And what feeds me is spending time with people that I love. Spending time with my husband. Spending time with my friends. Spending time with, people that are important to me. So now that you know what's important to you, what nourishes you, and what your values are, I'm going to tell you how to check yourself. Remember, if you don't remember anything else I say, remember the 2 C's checkup. When you talk about what's important, look at your clock and look at your checkbook. Because I can tell what's important to you by where you spend your time, your talent, and your resources. So if you say your relationship with God is your most important thing, you value that above everything. And you don't pray, you don't read your Bible, you don't meditate, heck, you don't even know where your Bible is, then what you are saying and what you are doing is not matching, and that's why your life doesn't balance. Amen. Okay? If you say that having a stable home and a wonderful marriage is important to you, and you never see the growth. I had an older lady tell me, I love older ladies. She told me one day, she said, you get dressed up and go to work, and by the time Rob gets home, you got your hair in a ponytail, you got on scruffy shoes, you take your vest outside of your house. And then you wonder why you're not walking in purpose. So my husband just told me that my time is up. So if you want any more, you'll have to get with me and get a one-on-one workshop.
All right, let's get it on, please. Let's do it with power. Hey, God is working miracles. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, all right, I see the retirement. Young Evergreen, Pastor William. Give it up again.